Welcome, new CBC faculty and staff. In your orientation materials, one of the things that you received was a mouse pad that had the 5 elements of ASN culture on it. I am Galen Emmanuel. I've been out to the CBC campus a number of times working with faculty and staff around creating and sustaining a yes and culture. So I want to talk a little bit about what that looks like and what that means. So a yes and culture takes the 5 elements or tenets of improv applied to business, teams, leadership, communication, navigating change, conflict, etc. And so the 5 tenets or elements of a yes and culture are to say yes, to listen and be present, to make other people look good, to embrace change and failure, and to be positive. So to unpack each of those, number 1, to say yes, which is around saying yes, but not literally, because it's not possible to say yes to every single thing in the world. So it is also just a mindset of being open and receptive to other people's ideas and looking for any way possible to say yes whenever we can. Number 2, to listen and be present, which is about tuning in our communications with other people, right? We're not just waiting for our turn to speak, right? But to actually truly make people feel listened to and honor sort of like diverse voices and opinions, even if we disagree with them, to be in the space of making people feel listened to. Number 3 is to make other people look good, which is really important, is that we come from a place of wanting to lift up and support people around us. Super important, right? That when we have conflict with somebody else, we go directly to that person to address it. And the language that we use is to lift each other up, that we embrace mistakes and failure because they are inevitable, just part of human existence, that we don't pounce on other people's mistakes, but we extend them grace, right? We step into support and lift people up. Number 4 is to embrace change and failure. Those are constant. Change is absolutely part of every single process. So for us to have a mindset of seeing change as an opportunity and growth rather than as a threat, and just embracing that is reality, as well as missteps and mistakes and failures. They are just a part of every single process, and we learn and grow from those. And the last one, number 5, is to be positive. So to use positive language, to be optimistic, right? Not in a fake, cheesy way where we pretend that everything is okay and perfect all the time, but in a realistic, authentic way where we just are very intentional about the words that we use, our body language, our choice of words, all of those things, and how we impact each other from a day-to-day as we interact with one another on campus. CBC's mission, vision, and values support student learning across all levels, an environment that supports all students in a culture of excellence. And student success is the core of what we do, and the tenets of ASN culture is sort of how we can achieve that success every single day. And we also believe in our personal sort of role and our commitment to ensuring that that culture is strong and healthy, right, by the way that we contribute to it and all that we do, and that our culture is beyond just fancy words and taglines, but actually sort of drives who we are and why we show up every single day. One of the many positive things that you will learn about CBC is the amazing culture that exists on campus, but it's so important for every single person to contribute to the success of that. And we use the tenets of ASN culture to guide how we show up, how we communicate, how we treat each other, how we just show up for each other through all employee types, faculty, staff, all programs and departments in the campus is so important. When you're on campus this week, meeting with different departments and staff, pay attention to how their role contributes to student success. And we hope that before long, you will see how your role contributes to that as well, both individually and as a shared responsibility with your colleagues across the campus, regardless of your role or function in the organization. Roll up your sleeves and dig in. You are so important, and we cannot do this without your personal commitment to a culture that supports student success. Also, go Hawks!